We're following our top story tonight. 7 people were shot in an early morning shooting in Douglas County. Douglas County Deputy Zachary Parrish was killed. 3 other deputies, a police officer from Castle Rock, and 2 civilians were also hurt. They were answering a call of a disturbance, someone making too much noise in the early morning. That turned into a deadly ambush when law enforcement were let inside the apartment.
We got 3 officers hit, 1 down, 2 injured minor. Person was shot with a gun inside the apartment still.
The suspect continued to shoot at officers for some time until he was engaged by officers and was killed.
I saw an officer inside the residence.
It was more of an ambush type of attack on our officers. He knew we were coming.
That shooter is 37-year-old Matthew Reel, a person who has had run-ins with law enforcement. And tonight, a family is without a father and a husband. We have team coverage tonight. Our Dylan Thomas live in Douglas County at the Copper Canyon Apartments. But first, let's get to Sean Chitness at the Sheriff's Substation in Highlands Ranch. And Sean, a memorial for that deputy is growing there.
Dominic, it certainly is an impressive sight to see the reaction of the community with this patrol car right next to me. Flowers, flags, and balloons all capturing the sadness and the emotion that is with this community as they think about this agency. But this was also where we learned what we know about this investigation so far, and still plenty of details that need to be gathered, figuring out exactly what led up to that shooting that killed 1 deputy and injured 4 other officers.
Lincoln 24, have the next fire units reach up by the main entrance to the apartment complex.
An early morning call about someone making too much noise turned into a deadly shooting.
Around 5 o'clock, officers were called to a residence, 3400 block of county line, on a disturbance.
The Douglas County Sheriff's Office was at the same spot overnight for another noise complaint, but left when they didn't find anything. Hours later, the Sheriff's Office was called out there again.
Once they were there, they were met with gunfire from the suspect.
Sheriff Tony Spurlock says his officers were let into the apartment. The shooter and another man were inside.
Copy, we have code red ones.
There were well over 100 rounds fired in this engagement. The 100 rounds was from the suspect.
The bullets hit all of the deputies in areas not protected by their vests. In addition to these 5 members of law enforcement, 2 civilians not in the apartment were also injured, but should be okay.
Well, it's just regular people trying to live their life, disrupted by this individual.
The injured deputies managed to crawl out of the apartment, but were unable to get to their fellow fallen officer.
When he was shot and went down, the other officers went down right around him, and they tried to pull him out, but they were unable to.
We're going to stage a rescue team to get that 1 officer that's by the apartment out.
Members of a joint task force had to go in to deal with the suspect still inside.
And other officers came in, and we maintained and secured it. The suspect continued to shoot at officers for some time until he was engaged by officers and was killed.
And the sheriff said today this investigation is going to take several days. One of the first places they're going to look to get more evidence as they move forward are the body cameras that were on each of the officers involved in this shooting. Live tonight in Highlands Ranch, Sean Chitness, covering Colorado First.
All right, Sean, thank you.